June 15th, we'll call to order at 6:39 p.m. First item of business is oath of office. Chief Holst, come on up, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you for your time tonight. Sarge and I would like to first introduce Nick. We'll have Nick come up first. As you guys know, Nick started with us about a month ago. And I'm proud to say that he had his pre-assessment physical already for the academy and passed it successfully. And everything's on track for him to start the academy the 20th of July. And he's also here with his girlfriend, Alyssa.
Excellent. Exciting.
Yep.
All right. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you, Nicholas Stone, solemnly swear to faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon you as an appointed police officer for the town of Erving, Massachusetts?
I do.
Do you promise to bear true faith and allegiance to and uphold and defend the constitutions of the United States of America and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
I do.
Do you solemnly swear that you will never betray your badge, your integrity, your character, or the public trust, always having the courage to hold yourself and others accountable for their actions?
I do.
All right, congratulations. You're welcome. Come in.
Don't forget your mics.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
Congratulations, sir. Welcome.
Sir. Thank you.
Nick.
All right. The next individual is going to be Fred Bazzaio. I think all of you guys are familiar with Fred. Fred is decided to come and join us part-time and help out, which we're very excited about. And also here with Fred is his wife, Beth, who you guys all know. She spent 26 years here with Erving, and she's now the chief up in Ashfield, and Fred is the chief in Goshen. So we're excited to have kind of both of them back, but Fred to help us out.
Yeah, right.
It is very nice to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, raise your right hand. Do you, Fred Bazzaio, solemnly swear to faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all the duties incumbent upon you as an appointed police officer for the town of Erving, Massachusetts?
I do.
Do you promise to bear true faith and allegiance to and uphold and defend the constitutions of the United States of America and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
I do.
Do you solemnly swear that you will never betray your badge, your integrity, your character, or the public trust, always having the courage to hold yourself and others accountable for their actions?
I do.
Nick, congratulations.
All right, thank you, sir.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Jake.
Fred, thank you.
Congratulations. Welcome.
Yes, sir.
Can I just real quick just kind of give you guys a kind of a quick overview of where we stand with the training?
Please do.
So since Alex and Joe and Nick, and we also had Pete join us from the Sheriff's Department. Unfortunately, he's out looking for a vehicle right now, so he's not going to be able to be up here. But all four of them are doing well. Sarge has had an opportunity to spend some time with them. I've had an opportunity to spend some time with them. And just extremely pleased with their effort and their progress. As of today, from April, they've been out, stopping cars. We're well over 300 traffic stops from the short time that they've been with us. They've been focusing on the side streets, North Street, 63, and Route 2, obviously, but just very pleased with their performance. Alex and Joe had an opportunity to go to the school and be part of the Touch a Truck. And I want to say there was over 100 something. Joe's here. Joe said it was a great experience. It was good for the public to get to see and meet 2 of the new officers. So that was an encouragement to hear that they had positive feedback. And so, as I said, Nick is slated to start the academy in July. He's got all his gear except for a few things that we're still working on. He's passed all his preliminary tests to get in, so there's no reason why that shouldn't be kicking off for him. And then we're still excited to bring on Christian July 1, so we'll be back here for another swearing in at some point.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
It's great news. It's great to see. Thank you all for coming tonight. So, next item of business, review of the proposed amendments to the vacation leave policy and the personnel policies and procedures, third read.
I have no concerns with the vacation leave policy. This is a third read and looking to move it forward.
No further commentary from me, Chair.
From myself either. If one of you would like to make a motion?
Yeah. I make a motion to amend Article 4 of the Personnel Policies and Procedures Manual ADM-140 effective June 15th, 2026 in the vacation leave section by adding, notwithstanding the foregoing paragraph, the town in its sole discretion may provide new employees up to 40 hours of vacation at the time of hire consistent with such new employees' training, prior experience, and other relevant qualifications.
Second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Review of the proposed amendment to the overtime policy for eligible call force firefighters and the personnel policies and procedures, third read.
No additional input.
I have no concern.
I will make a motion to amend Article 1 of the Personnel Policies and Procedure Manual, ADM 140, effective June 15, 2026, in the overtime section by adding a subsection titled Applicability for Employees who also serve as call force firefighters, and the following language. Pursuant to an advanced agreement, the employee would receive 1 1/2 of their compensation rate for their full-time position if the hours actually worked in excess of 40 hours. For example, 2 hours worked in a 40 hours in a week pay week were in their capacity of their full-time employment. Conversely, if the 2 hours actually worked were in excess of 40 hours or as a call force firefighter, the employee would receive 1 1/2 of their firefighter's rate.
Second.
I just had one question or comment. So I think it's pretty clear on what rate applies. Does when within a week the time happens matter? For example, if that's in the middle of the week of the day of the primary role, is that firefighter at regular time and then there's overtime at highway? Or at the other rate? I'm using
Right.
a person that's in that situation, but
So following FLSA, hypothetically, your full-time job is Monday through Friday. You get called in on Sunday to respond to a fire. So the week is starting because our pay week starts on a Saturday through Friday. that Sunday time starts the accumulation towards overtime eligibility. So it is conceivable by Thursday or early Friday morning that you are now eligible for overtime. And so that, what this is saying is whatever service calls you to overtime, it would either be your full-time employment and 1 1/2 that rate, or if instead you worked your straight 40 and that Friday evening you get called in for response to a fire, it would be 1 1/2 the call firefighter's rate.
Okay. So that stipulation doesn't care what the primary role is or anything, right?
No.
It's just standard FLSA
When it happens.
accumulation when it happens, right?
Correct.
Okay. Just thinking about budgeting and all of
It's
those things.
still a little challenging for budgeting,
Yeah,
but
better than it was.
yes. And part of this, I know we had some conversation about the form. The form that's being developed will have not only the agreement with the employee that this is the arrangement, but it also will serve copy both obviously to Chief Wonka in his office, but also the employee's primary employment supervisor, so that everybody's aware of what the arrangement is.
Okay. That was my only question, no change. So. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Review of the proposed age and dementia-friendly planning policy, third read.
So I know the draft you had at your last meeting had some significant red line changes. Seemed like most of those were acceptable, and the clarifications were needed in matching the language in applicability in subsection 3 with the implementation section in 7. So I hopefully have made them align. And there was also a request to strike language regarding wayfinding in subsection 5 because that is satisfactorily addressed in subsection 6.
As I was reading through the packet, I actually wondered why that was struck until I saw the next, oh, there it is. Now it tracks.
Any questions, concerns?
I have no concerns.
No, I have no concerns.
Carry for third read next meeting? I'm sorry, that was third read. I'm mixing it up with the next one. Yeah, does one of you want to make a motion as is, or do you want to carry it?
I move that we accept the age and dementia-friendly streets, parks, and outdoor policy, public spaces policy, effective June 15th, 2026.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Review of the draft hazard mitigation plan, second read.
This is only on second read.
Yes, I was jumping a line there. I know it's very lengthy, so it's more of, is there anything so far, and whether we carry it one more or more than that, it's going to just depend on how far we've gotten, and want another chance through it because it is lengthy. You want to make sure we got it right, but
Yeah, this is, I'm like halfway through it. I haven't
It's not a small
totally
document.
finished it yet.
yeah.
But I, at this point, and haven't seen it in the past, I have no concerns.
Okay.
And move that we move it to June, for third read to our June 29th meeting.
I'm envious that Bill's made it halfway through so far because I am not that far. So yes, I would like at least one more
For sure.
session, regular meeting time to opine if possible.
Not a problem.
Absolutely. I would need that time to finish it as well. It is not short reading.
Thank you, gentlemen.
So we'll carry it. Review of the surplus equipment request, IT department, second read.
So I did make that amendment that the two of you discussed at your last meeting.
Thank you, sir, for taking care of that. Any questions or concerns?
No concern.
No concerns?
Carry for next meeting.
Thank you.
Establish an appointment of Information Technology Director Preliminary Screening Committee.
So, just in looking at this, you're looking for a committee that consists of 5 members. I see 4
We only
suitable.
have 4 so far.
I know. Do we have a thought of where we want to draw that 5th from? Another department head or another member of the community?
I would maybe look to the two of you in your time kind of working on this position draft and meeting with the department heads about technology needs. If there was maybe 1 or 2 department heads that aren't on the list that you feel like might have been, you know, either well attuned to or kind of had good insight on technology throughout the town, that might be a way to approach and see if they would be willing to, if we requested it.
To that point, I should have clarified that at the end of your last meeting, Selectman Bembury asked me to follow up with the library director.
Yep.
I have done so. She appreciates the offer, but politely has declined and said she'd be happy to serve on your next search committee or on a future search committee.
Okay, understood.
Sounds like bandwidth.
Next one's on the next page. No, I'm teasing. Or we can put it out to public. I mean, there's, however.
The status of the positions coming in, where are we at with that?
I can give you an exact number, but you're
Closed, right?
over 10.
Close
Well, we
on-
had a preferred,
Okay, roll.
so they in theory could keep coming in, but we have over 10 applicants for this position. So I think we certainly have enough to begin.
Okay.
Well, we'll come back to the vacancy then. How about board member? I know I talked with Bill a little bit last time about it. Like, I can't be on it if one of you is. So
Right.
I am willing to, but I also understand if one of you would prefer.
I have thoughts both ways. I mean, you could look at it from the lens of a select board member, but you also have more knowledge than anybody else in this room about where we sit now and where it needs to go. So I don't know if something's right in front of my face that seems obvious. I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with Jim. I'm more than happy to step into that position and be the select board member. But my gut feeling is that you have way more knowledge about this topic and subject, and would have a better understanding of the individuals, he or she, who are vying for this position, whether they're qualified or not. And I think you'd be, if you have the time, an excellent addition to that committee.
Have the time, make the time, 2 different things.
Right.
I will make the time, obviously. May just make scheduling earlier in the week a little bit later, but that's about it. But yeah, I can do it. I will
Well,
take it.
for formalities purposes, I will make a motion that Jacob Smith serve as the select board liaison to the selection committee for the Information Technology Preliminary Screening Committee.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
We need to establish the committee too, though.
We will need that.
Just saying. How do we want to approach it, having 4 right now?
So I have a quick thought in the interests of time and moving forward. If there's another department head that is willing and able to step forward, that might be a more expeditious route. Putting it out to the community is great, and it may come up with a great result, but that will also take time. So,
Yeah, if we don't establish, I mean, we could establish and appoint the 4 that we have and have identified, and they could start. I think starting one short and joining later is not ideal,
Right.
but I know not that we couldn't have a meeting to appoint if we had an interested party, but I also don't know if the board wants to wait
Right.
2 more weeks before they start. That group starts.
all right. So I will make a motion that we form a preliminary screening committee for the information technology director's position, Director of Information Technology, the actual title, to include at this time Jacob Smith as the select board representative, Brian Smith, Robert Holst, and Holly Fitzpatrick,
And it's a 5-member.
and one to be determined out of interest, either from another department head or a member of the community.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And then is the direction, just to be clear, that that group should proceed?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to see this process move forward.
Okay.
As reasonably expeditious as possible.
Understood.
We'll do.
Establish and appointment of the treasurer preliminary screening committee.
So one update. I've heard from Deb Smith, who'd be willing to serve as a FinCom member on the screening committee, if that's helpful.
Well, for 2 reasons, I'm out for that one.
Yes.
One, if we have Brandon and the finance chair, then I would make a quorum of the capital planning committee, so I can
We should
join
avoid that.
for that reason. And I'll be busy enough with the IT when I don't have bandwidth for 2.
Right.
So, I think Bill had offered, and I know you have financial experience, so I will let you 2 kind of, I don't know who wants it, or if you want to continue to probably serve after your term in that role.
I will say, I will give Bill the right of first refusal because the decision that's going to be made will be a decision that the board will have to carry forward and deal with and manage, good, bad, ugly, indifferent. And I will no longer be bearing that responsibility, so.
I'm still willing to take on that responsibility, and look forward to moving forward with it.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Your name was your name on that list last?
I took my name
last time?
off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
You're still going to support it directly?
Of course. Yes. Yes.
So
I'm just checking.
I will make a motion to form a,
Can I interrupt you?
oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think we talked about it briefly last time when we discussed whether or not you'd sit on it if we had more interest of being ex officio. Do we want to actually formalize that, or just have you assisting as usual? And I say that to the other
Yeah.
members.
However, the 3 of you decide.
And I don't know that that brings a difference necessarily because non-voting, but
Right.
it was just brought up last time, so just wanted to raise it back up.
I am comfortable having Brian serve as an ex officio member.
Okay.
Bill?
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, jumping the gun.
No, it's totally fine. That was in the back of my head. I want to make sure I brought it up since
thank
we're
you.
making the motion. So please restart or resume.
I will make a motion that we form a treasurer preliminary screening committee to include the following: William Bembury as a select board representative, Deb Smith from the finance committee representative, Jean Fountain, assistant treasurer, Brandon Pollard, assistant accountant, Mackenzie Bailey, school committee chair, and Brian Smith, town administrator, ex officio member.
I will second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Just related to that, we will have something at our next meeting in terms of an interim plan for covering those duties until at which time we've actually hired a full-time treasurer. So we'll have something to discuss and likely take action on at the next meeting
Okay.
to cover that time.
Excellent.
Review of meeting minutes from June 1st, 2026.
Make a motion, we accept the meeting minutes of Monday, June 1st, 2026 as written.
I will second. Any discussion?
None.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will
Opposed?
abstain.
Abstain. Review and potential vote on the curbside solid waste collection procurement.
Can we pass over that topic?
We can.
And I'll have it for your next meeting.
Okay. The current one expires June 30.
Correct.
Does it have an exercise option? Is it a new contract?
We do have an extension
Okay.
option as well. Yep.
So we're
We're
in
covered
that.
regardless. but
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go one way or another by then.
Correct.
Thank you. Review and potential vote on the wheeled excavator procurement. I was really looking for Whacker Newsome. I got confused.
I'll take it out. Everybody was confused.
Glenn, thank you for joining.
So a few things have changed from when we brought this to the board, the finance committee and capital committee in town vote. We are on a 0% for 5 payments. After annual town meeting, reached back out to let them know where to go. The program changed. There's now no more 0%. So now I believe it's a 2%, I think is what it was. So what that did, that changed the whole ball field of all the attachments. So after 4 or 5 negotiations back and forth, what could be cut from this, what could not be cut from this, nothing could be cut from it. Did not feel right coming to you all, saying that we have enough money to do this that was procured. We would have to buy this attachment out afterwards. As level funded as everybody was, there was no extra money to do that. So I won't bore you with the 5 different scenarios that we went back and forth with. What you see in front of you now is everything highlighted is what we are getting with the piece of equipment. Getting the asphalt cutter like we had asked for. Getting the roadside mower attachment like we asked for. Getting the graded bucket, everything else that we asked for. The only thing I scaled back on is I asked for a multifunctional digging bucket where it acts as a clamshell jaw bucket just like the backhoe. As you see, it's almost a $20,000 bucket. So I couldn't come to you and ask you to approve this without a digging bucket for this machine also. So we scaled it back. We're just down to a traditional 24-inch digging bucket with the teeth. So the piece of equipment is fully functional and all its capabilities that we'd asked for it to do. I will probably come back to the capital committee to try to purchase this bucket for next fiscal year. So we're under budget. We're under the payment that was approved for the lease program. So there is, as you'll see, there's only one quote on this. What we have learned through this also is that there's other Whacker Newson dealers out there, but they're territorial. And once you get up past a certain weight limit of a piece of equipment, another Whacker Newson dealer cannot sell into another territory. So that's what, and there's a support letter with that also explaining that. attached to the quote. So with that being said, Tri-County Contractor Supply is who's in our region, and that's who we would like to lease to purchase it with.
And they're on the state contract as well.
Yes, it is. Yep, it's a state contract, E1, FAC 116.
Yep, 116.
Was the 24-inch bucket that is on there highlighted now originally on there?
No, because it was
It's
the
a
Jawbone
replacement for
job
the
bucket.
Jawbone one? Okay.
Yep,
Or not a replacement, but it's in lieu of.
correct. And you can see the price difference between the two of them, from a digging bucket to that Jawbone bucket.
So, I understand things change, interest rates change. Did they give you any indication that this was a possibility when you got engaged with them?
No, and the salesman was very shocked also when I called him back when they went to draw this up as a presentation to you all, that the distributor had stopped the 0%. And because they're only good for 60 days, when we go back to our original one, we are well within this, well before the 60 days when it was all presented.
The state contract didn't specify those terms, right? So it's not.
Oh, if it was a purchase, yes, but the leasing, no.
What do you mean?
If it was if it was purchasing, there's more power to buy outright for standing behind what they give you. Because this was a lease with interest rates, there's nothing that they can do to go back and say you quoted them at 0%.
The article was at the annual payment? Is that what the article was?
Correct.
At
Correct.
the 49,420? Okay.
Yep. And the first payment, I believe, will be just, oh no, it should still be under, I think there's like a $350. Yeah, $350. So the first annual payment would be the $48,182.72 plus $350 for the first payment.
Origination fee?
Yeah.
So we're like 12.5 short? I don't know if you got a price on it all in on the 5-year payment. Original.
It was a lot more than what we were past at town meeting.
Like 3,000 more?
47 and change. It was not that when it was 0%. It was almost almost $4,700.
Yeah.
A year.
Mm-hmm.
Over the voted amount.
Correct.
The math doesn't work.
It does not. And I asked him 3 times.
Okay, all right. So I'm not the only one sitting
You're
here going
not.
that doesn't
Yeah,
work
only-
because it's only 17.2 more than that, and you add 2%, you're not getting
Mm-hmm.
5 a year.
Yeah. I asked 3 times.
I thought it was just me.
Okay, because I was starting to feel the same way.
So a $19,000 attachment translates to 47,000 extra.
100.
No, 4,700
times
Right.
times 5.
Right.
Yeah.
47,
4,700 at times 5 at
2%.
2.65%.
Yeah.
But it's not 19.75. It's only 17.2 because we put 2,500 in for the other bucket, and we're $6,000 under budget, annualized, total, over the 5 years, I believe. So just over like $1,200 a year less than the budget now. Because you said 48 and change, right? And we had 49 and change.
Yeah, it was 49,200, I think is what it, 49,400 something.
Got it. Which, without the interest brings it down to almost just barely 10 over 5 years. And I don't get how we're so. I'm not looking for you to answer
That's
that
good,
math question.
because I've asked it multiple times.
That math don't math.
I had it figured out at like almost 53,000
A year.
a year
That still seems high.
when I questioned him. Well, I'm just a highway guy.
I think you can figure out a lease.
Just been through them.
Yeah, exactly. Here and otherwise.
But regardless, with that, and I'm not pushing you, but with the going from the 0% to this, all those attachments, with that job one bucket, put us way out of budget.
But the only
And I couldn't come to you all with that either. I didn't feel right.
So Glenn, is it your recommendation to move forward
It is a
As-
recommendation
as
to move
is,
forward.
and to go back to capital at a later date?
Budget season,
Yeah.
God knows that's coming up soon. Yes, for this other bucket.
And the 48,182.72 is the new figure?
That'll be, the first figure will be that plus $350. The next remaining 4 will be the 48,182.72. They have a dock fee on the first invoice.
you didn't have the other bucket on there, so we're gonna have that we don't necessarily need if we get the other bucket later, though. I mean, you could use it, but the other bucket will cover that's purpose plus.
Correct.
Right? So it's somewhat wasted spend.
Couldn't ask you to approve a machine that
I'm not-
can't
I'm
do
not
all of its
saying-
functions.
I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, and I appreciate it. It's very inexpensive in comparison, but it just, yeah. I'm not saying we have a better answer. It's just.
To be clear, I'm not upset with you, but this smells like bait and switch to me, and I don't like it.
You do not have to approve this tonight. I can have him rerun the numbers as the original pieces, so you can see them. I'm happy to do that. You just won't see the 0%.
Yeah,
No, then
unless
they-
you guys disagree, I'd
They
like
can
to
reverse engineer the number, and at 2%, they can come back at what they quoted you.
I've already asked them, what can you do to make this work? Like it's 0% with your numbers at the 2.65. They said, we cannot do that.
Kevin Garnett said anything is possible.
Give me just a second. Unless you guys feel otherwise, I'd like to see the numbers because that's a much higher interest rate to get to 48,000 on that price. It should only be like 45.
I'm
at
happy to do that.
2.65. With because it's 5-year first payment due at signing.
Mm-hmm.
Annual payments on 228,000 something. Right.
Well, no, it'd be more than the 228 because it'd be that with that.
But that's what the 48 182 is based on
Correct.
at a 2.65 interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't work in a lease calculator. That's a 4.55% interest rate to get to that payment. So something doesn't math again.
Okay, like I say,
I'd like to see it
yeah, that's fine.
detailed personally. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't add the items up. If they're not 228, maybe that's it. But I'm assuming that's right. So I don't know. No, it looks like about 228. So. Oh, what does blended rate mean? I just saw that in front of it.
The blended rate is because each attachment has a different rate to it. So because they're not all Wackernusen, because Wackernusen doesn't make like the Jawbone bucket, that is made by Jawbone. That is their preferred line that they use for their extensive buckets. The mower, it's not a Wackernusen. The only thing that is a Wackernusen is the piece that's attached to the actual machine. The other pieces are steel wrist. So there's multiple vendors in this machine to get the pieces that we want for the jobs for it.
Got it.
So each piece had its own interest rate. So that's where they came up. After once the 0% was gone, that's where they come up with the 2.65.
Well, I'd still like to see the breakdown. It still seems like some of those have got to be really high to get there.
Yep, I can have that for you for next meeting.
We have 2 weeks.
Is there any risk that the interest rate is going to change again in the next 2 weeks?
Quote is good for 60 days.
From June 4th?
This one was the 4th.
Okay.
Will it adversely impact your ability to operate your department if we wait 2 weeks to order this?
No, sir.
Don't call me sir, I work for a living.
No, I do just want to caution, is this our plan for roadside mowing?
This is our plan for roadside mowing.
So the one impact is we can't do the roadside mowing that we need to do until the equipment arrives. So just,
That was my follow-up question.
Yes.
What's lead time? Was it on there? I didn't see it if it
The
was.
the lead time, they told me that the machine is probably about 4 to 6 weeks out.
Okay.
The equipment is about the same, and then they need about 2 weeks for it in the shop.
So call it 2 months. When do we usually do the roadside?
September.
Sounds like we could sort it out in June and still be okay.
Depends on how many other towns put in for them.
That's the caveat to the lead time, and I get that.
Exactly.
Is when it gets ordered. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's up to you guys. I'm negotiable either way. It doesn't. You guys aren't surprised when it doesn't math. They don't like it.
No, I think we need to do our due diligence. We owe it to the community, the taxpayers, that there's something not right about this on this end, and then we can't figure that out, then I don't think we should go forward. They may be motivated to give us a highly detailed, granular explanation of how they get there, and if they do that, great.
Yeah.
And if it makes sense, great. If we can wait 2 weeks, I think we should.
That's a motion, I second it.
Well,
So-
we'll take it as one. All in favor? Yes.
29.
Aye. So yeah, if you can bring it back detailed, and if they're different rates, they can provide them for each line. That's fine.
Yep. So you want what the rate is for each piece.
I want,
If this was
I
to
want a
be
deal
purchased
sheet.
as we really wanted
because
it.
Glenn knows what that is. I want a deal sheet that lists every calculation, every data point needed to get to that number between 228 and 480, 48, 182 a month, a year for the lease. Because
Okay,
a weighted blended rate is not 265 that gets you there. If it's not a weighted blended rate, well then maybe, because if 204 is at a higher rate, that just skewed it all and they didn't weight it, maybe. But I don't want to speculate. I'd rather just see the numbers.
yep, absolutely.
Because it's also hard to understand how we're not only directionally, I don't know, 2,000 a year off from being able to do it all, 2,500, not 5 plus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which feels like something that is a different conversation. I'm not saying we can do anything about it, but that's a pretty small number. To throw 2,500 at it right away, to not do it. So,
Okay,
okay. Thank you.
I can do that.
Review of engineering proposal for the reconstruction of Ridge Road. Excuse me.
So this is for the rebuilding of Ridge Road that I came to everybody about earlier. The road is in much needed repair of it. Just last week, they finished up rebuilding all the catch basins that were failing in the 90-degree weather and 100% humidity. Because that's the motivation they have. So that is all done. We still do have a little bit of work to do with, if you approve this contract, with the engineer to fix that corner and stay away from using a retaining wall that he had in his proposal of a possibility. We own up to the state layout on the old state road side of it, so we may be able to shift the road that way and stay away from the inside corner for construction to make that sweep wider.
My recollection of, well, and again, this is engineering. Are you suggesting that the design preference will be not to have the wall, or that we are instructing them not to need a wall?
The design preference would not to be, because it's one more thing to maintain over the years.
Okay.
So if we can stay away from building a wall, then I would like to see that. But comes down to construction cost, is the wall cheaper to build and maintain versus widening the road?
Without it.
But still staying in our layout.
I only ask because my recollection wasn't that it wasn't. I understand there's ongoing and long-term upkeep and all those things to think about, but the cost overall against the project wasn't that significant.
42,000, I think, is what the estimated wall was.
And if it's enhancing safety, I don't know if that's the place to. I don't know if that makes sense too.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're not preferring it because of cost, but what really can be engineered
Correct.
effectively, then I have no concern.
Yep.
Of course, I don't want a wall to maintain if we don't need it, but.
Do you remember those conversations and Glenn explained it in a way, well, a way that I understood it, so obviously he did a good job. Yeah, I'm in agreement with Glenn. If we can do it properly, safely, without, an overall added long-term cost because of a wall, then
Any other questions, comments?
Sir,
I'm good.
make a motion to engage Weston and Sampson Engineers Incorporated of Rocky Hill, Connecticut for professional engineering services related to the Ridge Road reconstruction project in an amount not to exceed $61,000, and to authorize Brian Smith, Town Administrator, to execute all necessary agreements.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Number 10.
One more. Got a truck on there? VEH 110.
In section 10.
Yeah, yeah, we do. I skipped over it. Thank you. That's what I asked. I'm like, what am I missing?
We've all
Because-
been watching.
I figured. That's like second rate earlier because I crossed out that instead of the curbside solid waste collection again. All right. Review and potential vote on the FY 2027 highway truck procurement.
So this is off the VH 110 state contract that we've done over the last 3 trucks. Marcotte was the only one on that bid list again for this series of truck. So you'll see that the truck and body is 105,450. It'll be a truck, the dump body, backup alarms, backup camera, pinhole toe plate that's on the back of it. And then I put the plow and accessories out separately. So you'll have 2 quotes with them, Vassar's in Greenfield and ACT out of Westfield. ACT did not give a completed quote off of what I was looking for. Vassar's has the complete package of everything that we're looking for the plow and the accessories, and to wire our polycaster sander. So we're not buying a sander because the sander that's going in this is only on its 3rd season. So we just need the wiring on the chassis for that. Our controller's still good and the sander's all good. So Vassar's would be $94.20 for the plow and $33.20 for the accessories and the wiring for the polycaster. And we had an approved budget of $125. The upfitting for the lights will be probably around $4,000 for all those morning lights.
Those last 3 are separate from the Marcotte,
Correct.
right?
Yeah, Marcotte is just a cabin chassis and the dump body
So the
installed.
105, 450. Okay.
Yeah.
Questions, comments?
None.
You're only looking for the truck now, and we'll get the other stuff as we get closer. Is that right?
No, like everything at once if you can, please. He's asked if we wanted just a truck now or everything.
So for right now, we've got the dump body and truck purchased with Marcotte.
Correct.
I don't have the other quotes in front of the board.
Right, which is why I asked the question.
Right.
Did you want them all or not?
Oh, yes, please. Oh, you didn't have those?
We don't have those. You're talking about them,
I
I'm
just-
listening, but we don't have them. So
Oh, I'm
we
sorry.
only have the truck. So that's why I asked if you were looking for them later, because I was wondering if that's why we didn't have them.
I thought it was coming separate. Sorry.
I'm sorry. So this page is the plow.
Okay.
This page is the accessories. This is the other company, but they didn't quote everything out that I'd asked it to.
Okay. And the lighting is where?
The lighting is, I don't have that one, but it's a verbal is around 4,000. I can get you that. This is just for the plow.
Who's doing the lighting?
413.
Got it. Okay.
So it would be, this is the truck, and then these 2 for Vassars that I would like approved tonight if possible.
And then the upfitting would be once it's
Yeah,
here.
I can bring you that on the next meeting. If you
What's the lead time on this truck? We think it's gonna show up tomorrow.
it's not quick.
That's fine.
I think everything.
You're ahead of the game. I'm not. There's no issue with that.
I think it was around 4 months.
That's pretty fast.
That's for the truck, and then it goes to have the body put on
It's
it.
usually a month or 2 just on the
Yeah.
outfit.
So we should see it late fall, first of the year.
December.
You guys want to take a look at that, or
No,
I'm satisfied.
good? All right. Do you? We'll do them separately.
Okay.
We'll do each motion separately because they're different vendors.
Yes, please.
I will make a motion to award the procurement for the Ford F600 to Marquardt Ford Sales Incorporated of 1025 Main Street, Holyoke, Mass. 01040, and the amount of $105,450, and to authorize Brian Smith, Town Administrator, to execute all necessary agreements.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion that we engage Vassar Complete Automotive Service at 14 French King Highway, Greenfield, Massachusetts 01301 for plow and related installation accessories for
Second.
an amount of $12,740.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
How much did you say upfitting was? Like 4-ish? Lighting?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we engage 413 upfitting for lighting and upfitting of the highway truck for an amount not to exceed $5,000. Does
I'll second that.
that work?
Yes,
And that is,
Berniston.
yeah, I believe that is at 546 Northfield Road, Berniston, Massachusetts.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank
Thank
you.
you, Chairman.
Sir.
I'll get you coffee. That's how I love it.
It's okay. Thank you.
Review of the activities coordinator position screening. Let me start over. Review of the activities coordinator position description and preliminary screening committee. Recommendations for 3. And our job description we reviewed recently, but was just to see if there's anything else we wanted to change again since. So I guess first, anything on the description?
No, I don't have anything
concerns?
to amend.
No, I have no concerns with the job description.
Okay. Did we have?
I guess my only question would be, do we want to include the number of hours for this position within the job description?
So we've been clear, and we'll be very clear during the hiring process, the interview process with every applicant, that the current number of hours, but I don't know if you want to embed it within the position description in case you and the voters change your mind about the number of hours in future years.
The hours of that position are how many?
Currently 20.
It's budgeted, but we have budget higher than that?
In previous years, we had budgeted higher. This year, knowing that budgets were tight, I think the director budgeted at the 20 hours. But in past years, we had capacity for additional.
Okay. That answers that.
It's something I think we should strongly look at as we prepare for FY28.
Yeah, part of why I asked, so makes sense. What about a third member of that screening committee? Do we, or maybe, let me back up, do we have applicants?
Yes.
Okay.
This is another
We
one
also
that
have
has
more. They're
many,
like pouring in.
that we have.
Great.
Emily's been helping organize all of this because it's quite a response that we're getting for all the positions, which is fantastic.
Excellent.
So yes, this is a group ready to be reviewed.
I mean,
So I will be liaison to.
But we haven't reorganized yet.
Right. Okay.
But I think that's also an open question right now. Jim has served as liaison for the last 3 years.
Right.
So that decision probably, any change or not with the incoming member will probably be a discussion in July, so it won't happen before then. And I know we're at this odd time where we're having transition and we're in the midst of hiring, which I don't know that we've come across before.
Right.
I don't feel like we've had to do screening committees at this point in time before, so it
Not like
feels
this.
odd. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, my personal opinion is, and I'm singling you out because it's you, if you wish to serve, I have no concerns whether you're a board member when that's done or not. It would just be a request or expectation if you did, and that's what we decided to come just kind of report out or partake from the screening committee and just kind of from your feedback. But usually a member does that anyway, so I don't. But I have no preference. I'm just stating that.
No,
So I don't
I-
want you to feel obligated to serve past your time
No,
in some capacity. So.
It's so. I've made it public my reasons for not rerunning for this seat, but I don't want it to be said that Aloynd ever left a job that he started unfinished. So,
I would never accuse you of that.
that being said, I'm willing to serve on this committee if Bill's in agreement to see this through, and be willing to come forward with the director and the other committee member to make a recommendation and provide feedback.
Selfishly, I don't have a preference on which one of you does it. I just don't have the bandwidth. So,
I have no concern. I mean,
Okay.
I'm available to do that, but if you feel some desire to want to do that and a responsibility, I know you have a career that is calling you in different directions, and that your time is valuable and busy.
You
So
had me at
you don't need to
you
do
had me at you had time. That's all you needed to say.
Okay.
If and you seem, I fully respect your abilities to sift through and find good people, and so just going to say, if you have the willingness, I will yield.
All right. I will take on that responsibility.
did we ever dissolve the last one?
No.
So then,
So you don't even have to establish. We just need to.
but who is on it?
It is Jim, and it is Dulcie and Becky.
Oh, okay.
So it would be a
So we
proposal.
just swap a member.
That's it.
Oh, all right. Because I was like, wait a second, are we talking about
I don't
ousting
think-
people we haven't actually
No,
dissolved?
I think
from their
that's
seats
all we have to
yet?
do.
So I guess I'll make a motion that we appoint William Bembry in place of James Lloyd, on the Activities Coordinator Preliminary Screening Committee.
I will second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you for
You're
your
welcome.
service.
I'll still see you on the 30th.
I meant on the screening committee. I expect to see you on the 30th and the 29th, hopefully. All right. FY 2027 reappointment of boards and committee members.
So we're about a week-ish ahead of schedule from when we typically do this, just because of the way that your meeting schedule's following. We didn't want to leave this all to the very last day of the fiscal year. So the individuals that have been presented in front of you are those who have responded. We had set a date requesting responses by last Wednesday. So the office processed all of these items. Thank you, Bets. And with that, we still have some coming in. So some came in this morning. So I do expect that your subsequent meeting on the 29th, I will be bringing to you a few other individuals who are seeking reappointment. So there's a list at the end of this chart that shows you how many spaces would be available in every board and commission. So that will look different on the 29th. And for individuals who have indicated that they are not seeking reappointment, I'm already starting to receive letters from community members expressing interest in serving in those vacant seats.
Okay.
So if you're open to that, also on the 29th, I could bring you, I have at least 2 on my desk for individuals who would like to serve.
I'm
So-
personally open to it if we know it's a vacancy because
Yes.
the outgoing person has already stated
Right.
that they're
That
not
is it.
running, then yeah, or they're not interested, then sure.
That's
I
exactly
don't
the
see a
case.
problem. I don't see a reason not to.
Perfect.
Great not to have a lapse.
Absolutely. So I'll bring those on the 29th, and you'll have a few more reappointments to consider. And I was also given the feedback that the reappointment process has been painful. I know you all struggle to make the motions. You're good sports. So I'm proposing that your vote is as a slate as opposed to by boards and commissions. Individual. Yeah.
Is that an official term? I thought like
Yeah.
shall.
Yeah. I mean, you can do a slate of officers and
Oh,
take that from a nominating committee on the floor and
Okay.
put that through. So
I've never heard
I don't know if
it
you're
that
willing
way.
to try it this way, but that's how I presented it.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? Someone challenges its validity?
This would all be
We'll speak
embedded
to
in
it.
your meeting minutes for the record. that
Right.
These are the individuals, the terms. So
You had me at efficiency.
And not trying to work our way through it. Although we give it valiant effort, we all are like stumbling on it sometimes. It's a lot. It's a mouthful. I have no
At my-
concerns with that either.
At my full-time occupation, there is a theme. Just because it's the way we've always done it doesn't mean it's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for care.
That is
Yeah.
my everyday right now. I
Who
get
wants
that.
to make the first emotion as a slate?
Well, I just have one comment. Can we hold the ambulance advisory
yes,
until the next meeting?
any ones that you want to pull off, just be a motion to pull, remove that from the slate.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we remove the ambulance advisory representatives from the slate for tonight.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I should quickly just point out some changes. When we dealt with the board of registers a few months ago, it was brought to our attention that those were 3-year cycles and we had had them on annual cycles. And so for these reappointments, you have 2 because they were on the annual reappointment cycle, and I'm proposing one for a 1-year and the other for a 3-year. So now you'll be back on a staggered 3-year cycle for all your members.
Because the other members' terms are already correct?
There's only 3 members to begin with, so when we did the appointment a few months ago, we put that
We
individual
already set that new one. Okay, yep.
right.
Got it.
So this is just the completion of that effort.
The other two. Okay.
Yep.
Other changes, questions, or comments?
None.
None.
Would someone like to do the honors?
Sure. A motion to appoint the individuals in the 2027 slate
So it's supposed to be of reappointed.
of reappointed officials for the positions and terms indicated, and to incorporate said slate of officials into the meeting minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you, gentlemen.
Review and issuance of the 13th water commitment for FY26. Make a motion that we issue the 13th water commitment FY 2026 in the amount of $44.90 for final charges at 17 West High Street.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Review and potential vote regarding the surplus belt press equipment from the Erving Center treatment plant. And it was a sole bid. Right?
Correct.
Okay.
Used an online auction. We advertised locally. We offered a optional site visit. Nobody felt the need to attend. And as of the deadline, we received one bid in the amount of $1,000.
And it's been removed from the building, right? Because we said we were not going to leave that to someone else to do, so it's
Correct.
out to be picked up.
Erving Industries had a crane come in. They did opt to, instead of disassemble it as they had proposed, they took it
it
through
right
the
out.
roof,
Yeah,
through
cool.
the access point, and it is on the exterior of the building. But it is a heavy piece of equipment, so if this sale goes through, it's going to need to be lifted onto whatever transport vehicle and taken to wherever it's going. So it's not a small task to remove it from the building nor remove it from the property.
But that is at the buyer's
all
expense.
Correct.
I have no concerns, so has the individual made contact with us to?
Not yet. It just closed this weekend, officially yesterday. And so I wanted to come meet with you tonight to see if you were interested in proceeding, assuming if you're willing to make the award and not reject the bid. We'll begin the outreach tomorrow.
Do we have any better outlet for it? Or more lucrative, so, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's okay to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Do you need a motion on that, or are you good?
Only if you feel like it's necessary.
I don't think
Somebody
so.
wants to challenge it later, so let's just say, I'll make a motion that we accept the bid in the amount of $1,000 from Trevor Reese of Latonia, Ohio, in response to the auction results for the Comaline Sanderson Model GRS-SE-2 belt filter press.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
I just want to circle back to the screening committee for the activities coordinator. It was 5 members. So we should at least check with the other members, since we didn't reestablish or anything, and if they want to continue to serve or not.
Was it 5 members?
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back and follow up
Why
with
I
them.
was asking, because it felt wrong and I couldn't place it, but yeah, it was 5.
Let me go follow up with them.
I believe.
Okay.
Right?
I'm confusing it with the van driver committee, screening committee.
Oh,
That
we
was
did
3.
both simultaneously.
Because one was 3 and one was 5, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they
Good
were.
call. I will follow up with the
the
other
other
members.
2 members and just see if they're willing to continue to participate, and if not, then
Great.
I don't know. Are we? I guess. Can we say we're okay with it moving to 3 if they both do not wish to?
Yeah.
But if they do want to, then they'll continue as is.
There you go. Perfect.
Agreed.
All right. Consensus on that.
Yep. We got a yes.
Thank you. We got a yes on participating.
Yeah, we got a yes on you're exactly right with everything you just described because you checked the official records.
Ah, okay, got it. Thank you.
She's on
You
top
know,
of
what was correct?
Thank you for stepping up to serve on the committee.
It was like, whoa.
Not offer that.
Was that quick? Wait, we have a vacancy in the IT director for screening. Okay,
Yes,
thank you
we'll do that.
for circling back to that. And a review of the FRTA request to discontinue Council on Aging provided van service and replace it with the FRTA provided service, or the Franklin Regional Transit Authority specifically.
So, we have a request or a proposal from Director Cody at the Transit Authority. We typically do an annual contract renewal for this service where the equipment to offer the van service is kept here on property. We hire a van driver, as we have in the past, and collect fares and run our entire demand response service for our seniors, and then do all the reporting. The director handles all of that and turns the money over. There's a process with which they eventually send us a reimbursement for the cost of the van driver. So we've been doing this the entire time that I've been here. And in November, we had a retirement from that position, and we began a search. You all awarded or offered the position to an individual, and after a multitude of attempts to communicate that offer, it has not been accepted so far. In the meantime, since November, and for being fully accurate, FRTA has been offering the demand ride service outside of our operating hours. So even when we were operating, if it was outside of those time periods, FRTA was providing that. But since the end of November, beginning of December to current date, they have been offering it for our community, and they would like to continue that. The model has evolved. The way we have been doing it is an older model in the county. the other COAs in some of the other towns, such as Northfield and Bernston, I am told, have instead of continuing to offer their own service, transitioned it back to the FRTA. FRTA has the capacity, and they would like to do that for you. I did express our concerns in making sure that our residents would not lose access. Wanted to make sure that they had support with scheduling their rides and navigating. I know that they can do it through calling in to the main dispatch number, as well as using a mobile application on their iPads and cell phones. But I want to make sure that we're not just having our residents go through a call center. They could always call here if they still need support. I've met with Dulcie. I think there's a certain amount of us who don't want to see this change happen, but I don't know if it's out of because it's working the way we idealistically would like it to work, or because we would hate to see the service change. But this may provide for an efficiency that we won't be able to offer. It may also allow Dulcie and the staff to focus on other services within the center and allow FRTA to do what they do best. But ultimately, it's a decision for the three of you.
In the last 7 months, they've been providing the service because we haven't been able to.
Mm-hmm.
What has the feedback been on the service versus what it was when we could? Anything?
I have not received any feedback, positive or negative, about the change. So in some ways it may not seem too noticeable, though I think the one feedback that Mr. LaFrance, who provided the service last, was a very appreciated member of our team. So I think there's a regret that Peter's no longer serving with us. But beyond that, I don't think from a van transportation service perspective, I've heard any concerns about what they're receiving. I did make it clear that we'd want to make sure that our residents had regular information about how to participate in this program, whether it was here or through other means. There's an example of the flyer. They also do a welcome letter to residents who are eligible for the service, and they agreed to continue to partner with us to make sure that that reached as wide of an audience as possible in town. I also asked if we could get updates on ridership data. They did provide some information during that meeting. I had some questions about it. I haven't seen that sent over to me in a format that I can share with the three of you.
Okay.
But it provided for all of the services they offer to all Erving residents for this program and others.
Do we have data on that prior when we were active with our own?
From the screenshot they shared with me, they were sharing a year's worth of data, so there was a period when it was offered while Peter was still here.
And that was incorporated in it?
Correct.
The data from the van here?
Correct.
Okay.
And it seemed consistent. The ridership had not dropped or decreased. In some ways, maybe it looked a little higher.
And the van is theirs anyway, technically?
Yes.
So
yes.
they would bring that back into their regular daily fleet?
It would just return to the fleet.
Is it something that we could do for a period of time and revisit like what the numbers are, what the feedback is? And
I'm
have
sure.
an option to go back if we need to?
I'm sure.
I mean, I think that may be the best way to, it sounds like it's kind of already been happening, but
Mm-hmm.
if the vehicle's physically not here and it's communicated clearly that that's a planned change or a intentional change in services, then, and requesting soliciting feedback,
Yes.
maybe over, I don't know, 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think we should monitor it
Yep.
as closely as possible and see how it affects our community, and if we, I don't know, sending out a survey
Mm-hmm.
of some sort to connect with the riders,
Okay.
find out who the riders are and if they're receiving what they need from the new system.
Okay.
But other than that, I would have liked to stay under the old system, but it is their van and their vehicle, and if they wish to go in a different direction, I understand. So.
Okay.
And I also think that I'm glad that they're able to, because we haven't been able to do it
Right.
for a while.
Right.
So
Yep.
that volatility isn't great either. So
Yeah.
maybe say, I don't know if they can provide ridership data like
Mhm.
monthly, so that we can see kind of like year over year, how's that month, how's year to date, you know, kind of compare.
Okay.
Just so we can kind of
Yeah.
keep an eye on it, or at least quarterly.
Absolutely.
And then maybe in, 3 months, say September, we can revisit how's it going from their standpoint, what are we seeing for data?
Yeah.
And then we could also put out a survey and try to get feedback from people who use it. Is it better, worse, different, what's good, what's bad? You know,
Okay.
and revisit in like 3,
Yeah.
4 months.
I can work
Probably
with,
take a month to get all that together anyway, so.
of course. I can work with Director McAndrews on that,
Yeah.
and we can make a targeted outreach to individuals that we believe are using the service, and there may be a way for FRTA to also encourage participation and
Mm.
feedback. Director Cody from FRTA offered to come and meet with the three of you if you would want that. So you can let me know if you'd like me to set that up.
Maybe in 3 months or so. I don't know if it makes sense to do it now. And
3 months?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
let's target something for like early September. I'll try to kind of have a good 3/4. At that point, I'll have 3/4 of data of them doing it anyway. So,
Okay.
and can look at it. And then I think, at least personally, the opportunity to kind of revisit, adjust. Maybe that's for 3 more months if we find there's some deficiencies, to see how they might be able to mitigate that.
Okay.
And then kind of have a revisit by year end at kind of what's the calendar 2027 look like.
Perfect.
Does that make sense?
It
Okay.
does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're okay if we head in this direction with those conditions.
I
Okay.
am, yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
I will communicate that to all parties.
Hate to see a piece of equipment underutilized, so.
We waited a
Yeah.
very long time for this new vehicle, and we got a few months out of it.
I know.
And now it's been sitting in.
Yeah.
And it doesn't serve the vehicle either,
No,
or the
I'm
service. So
disappointed that, I had,
high hopes.
the person that we brought forward to you, really impressive to me, and
Yeah.
I'm surprised and disappointed that it didn't work out. I'd like to know why, but
Mm.
may never know.
Okay.
Thank
All
you,
right, so
gentlemen.
that's the plan. Would like to meet with the director and have that data for September.
Okay.
And then we'll make a plan probably to meet again in 3 months after that
Okay.
for a more permanent decision in one direction or another.
Okay.
FY26 AP warrant number 26. Make a motion to approve 26 accounts payable warrant for fiscal 26 in the aggregate amount of $210,000, $210,315.59 as presented.
Second.
Did you say 15?
50, I don't know what I said. $210,319, no, $313.59. My goodness. That's right, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Jeez. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion that we approve the 25th payroll warrant of fiscal 26 in the aggregate amount of $261,725.15.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And make a motion that we approve the 25th payroll benefits warrant of fiscal 26 in the aggregate amount of $88,665.34.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, I think that covered regular business. Did I miss anything else? Because I know I
No, you did
missed
it.
a few. With that, I'll move we go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 21A2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiations with non-union personnel and contract negotiations with non-union personnel regarding the town administrator. We will not return to regular session. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Brian, will you call the roll?
Selectman Moyne,
Aye.
Chairman Smith,
Aye.
Selectman Benbury.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.